So in today's training, what we're going to do is we're going to cover the three most important steps to leverage your email marketing. And what this means is I want to get you all up and running with email because this is the single best way to grow engagement with your audience and build that know, like, trust factor. So, because this is streaming, it's not going to be the normal back and forth that we used to do. So, if you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section here, and I will try and answer them there. So, let's get started. I want you to grab a notepad and a pen if you have one as we talk through some of this, because there are going to be some things that you're going to want to take notes on to start implementing yourself. So the first thing that we're going to cover on three ways to leverage your email marketing is how are you getting people on your email list, right? How are you getting subscribers? I know some people, when you do in-person events, you have a sign-up sheet at your booth. And if someone places an order on your website, sometimes they can opt into your newsletter. But both of those are requiring people to know about you and be approaching you prior to getting on your list. And so it doesn't grow your list as quickly or effectively as you would like. You want to grow your list of your target potential customers. And if you're waiting for them to come to your booth and you're waiting for them to place an order to your website, we're not getting that, right? We're getting actual customers, which is great. And we want to keep using that. But what we want to start doing is bring people into our email list before they're ready to consider buying from us so that we can nurture that, show them that we are the expert in what we do, why they should want what we have, and lead them to that purchase. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about here for these three steps, the first step is to develop a lead magnet. So you're going to want to write that down. So what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is just a high value freebie that people can get. So you can actually check out, I have a lead magnet for my site. If any of you have seen my posts or ads about downloading my pricing template, that's a lead magnet for my business. There are people out there who are struggling with that. And so by providing that item of value, I'm helping them price their products. They are now entering my email list where I can start building a relationship to invite them into this course when it opens up. And so developing something like that is great because you're giving away something of value to potential audience members. In exchange, you're getting access to their name and email address because I don't know about you, but I guard my email address pretty heavily now, right? Like I have a spam or junk throwaway email address that I use when I'm trying to like grab freebies or coupons or discounts or whatever, but I don't use. Um, but if it's a business I want to hear from, I use my real email address, and so that's what we want to do. Um, and so product-based business. What do you do for your lead magnet? Um, the biggest one, the most obvious one, is a lot of people will have a little pop-up or registration on their website like, hey, sign up for our email list and get 10% off your first purchase or 15% off or whatever. And that can be effective, but again, it's relying on people getting to your website. So I would encourage you to have something like that on your website to capture the email addresses of people who are just cruising around and incentivize them to purchase. Um, but there are so many other lead magnets that we can use. Let me know if this sounds better. There's so many other lead magnets that we can use as a product-based business. For instance, if you have a kombucha business, a great lead magnet would be like 10 holiday cocktails you can make with kombucha. And, people who are wanting to stay healthy, wanting to get those probiotics, but still wanting to get that holiday spirit and mix up some fun beverages, they're going to click on that and download it. Thank you, Tara. Yeah, I totally forgot my microphone was nowhere near my face. Um, so you build something that ties into your product. So if you have like bath and body products, you can do something like top 5 products to um, moisturize your skin during the winter, or ways to protect your ways to protect your skin, or top 5 ways to eliminate toxic products from your daily routine. Find something that your audience is interested in. If you're an organic bath and body maker, people are probably interested in going as all natural as they can. And so, tying that in and giving them a little guide or a checklist on things they can do to live more naturally would be a great lead magnet. If you, trying to think, so for instance, with my business, when I had the bags, I would have a list of, you know, 3 easy weekend knitting projects because I could tie that into the bags that I was selling or the pattern pockets that I was selling. So quick and easy guides, checklists, and I'm talking a one page PDF or even a Google Doc, something really simple for you to throw together. You can do it in Canva, so it's canva.com. You can make something really easy. And then what you would do is for people to actually get that, they would have to provide their email address. And so you can set that up with your email provider, MailChimp, Klaviyo, ConvertKit, any of those email programs will allow you to create a landing page and a form, which is something that is a little more in depth. And so if you want help learning how to actually implement a landing page for a lead magnet, let me know, and I will do a training on how to set up a landing page for a business. Okay, so the first one is getting people onto your email list before they're actually customers. And so we do that by giving them a lead magnet, something that attracts them in, some freebie of high value that they're interested in, and getting that name on your email address. Okay, so step number 2, our second step, is we want to start developing consistent content. So I don't know about you, but I have signed up for newsletters before where the person behind it has told me, go ahead, sign up for our newsletter. I promise I won't send you a whole bunch of emails or anything. I know how annoying that gets. I don't like getting those either, and I'll just email you like if there's a special sale or something. And our customers actually don't like that because it feels like we're only paying attention to them when we want to get money from them if we email them about a sale, right? And so we go months without building a relationship with them through email, and then all of a sudden we're like, hey, buy my stuff. And that doesn't work. That's when we start to get unsubscribes. That's when we get people avoiding us. Hold on. Yeah, bud? Yes, that's fine. Yes. The joys of working from home during a pandemic. Um, And so I don't know about you, but if I was friends with someone and, we were, lived in the same neighborhood and I never saw her, but all of a sudden she's knocking on my door like, hey, I'm having a Pampered Chef party, come buy some stuff. I'm not going to want to do that, right? Because I don't have a relationship with you. We haven't talked in ages. I know you're there, haven't done anything. So the second step is consistent content. And you don't have to be weekly. You could even start with just every other week or something like that, but you want to be showing up in their inbox on a regular basis. Hold on. I don't know, Connor, you're gonna have to wait. This is gonna age great when I share this video again. Um, so, how do you create consistent content without overwhelming yourself because you've already got way too much going on, right? I get it. There are a couple different things you can do. You can create, if you do blog posts for your business, take those, repurpose them to emails. If you've ever done videos or behind the scenes, you can repurpose that into an email and start mapping them out. See what content you've already made. What are you writing on your Facebook page? What have you shared on your Instagram? Those are really great things to copy, expand a little bit, and throw into an email. Um, tips on using our products or tips on making them last longer, tips on trying to like insight into the ingredients maybe. So I know a couple people are working with herbs and all natural ingredients. So maybe say, hey, these items are used in my products. Here's the benefits that you'll see in using these. Or one of my favorites when I can't come up with any content is I do an article roundup. I just go and I find news articles relating to knitting. And I'm like, hey, cruising the internet this week and I found some really cool things. This article talks about, I think it was like knitting and baseball. And this article was talking about the Brooklyn Boys and their knitting club. And this article is talking about grandmothers in the UK who knit a miniature village or a miniature copy of their village. So doing article roundups is a really great, simple way to create content that will get people interested because you're sharing stories that you saw value in that you thought were interesting that tied into your business. And so one thing I would challenge you to do is sit down with a piece of paper and just write down everything you've already created content-wise. Pull up your Facebook page and start looking through all the posts you've made. Pull up your Instagram and what interesting photos or behind the scenes have you done? Do you have any video recordings you've done of your business? And get them mapped out on a piece of paper and then start scheduling them in your email provider. So you can schedule campaigns, which is what you call it, an email newsletter ahead of time, and just start dumping them. Take one day and put as much into campaigns as you can and get them mapped out. And like I said, start with, if once a week is too much, do once every other week or once a month. The interval doesn't matter. What matters is the consistency. If they know they can rely on you showing up in their inbox on a regular basis, whatever that is, they're going to start building a relationship with you. They're going to start recognizing you. They're going to start wanting to hear more from you. And so then when you do show up in their inbox with a sale or a marketing, promotion deal, they're more likely to open it and want to see what you have to offer them because you've engaged in that relationship, right? Business is all about relationships. Selling is all about relationships. And we don't realize how vital those emails actually are to our relationships. Because even if they don't open every email, your name is popping up in their inbox and they're seeing it every time you send one out. There's someone in my inbox. I haven't opened a single email from her in probably a month, 6 weeks, something like that. But I heard her name somewhere else. I'm like, oh yeah, I subscribed to her because I thought her business sounded really cool. And I went back and I started opening emails now because I've heard good things about her elsewhere. And I knew who she was because I knew she was showing up in my inbox. And so it helped her build that relationship and audience with me. So I've been warmed up to purchase when she launches her product, even though I haven't been opening emails in a month and a half. So, our 3 steps. The first one is our landing page, capturing people's information before they're ready to sell so we can nurture that relationship. The second one is the actual nurturing, consistent content showing up on a regular basis in their inbox. This is, I'll be honest, this is the biggest one. Even if you don't get that lead magnet landing page, once people are on your email list, nurture that. Build that relationship. They want to hear from you. That's why they're on that list. And finally, the third step to really leverage your email marketing is to maximize your post-purchase follow-ups. Now, what does this mean? I don't know if you've ever ordered from Amazon and you have a product and it ships out and it gets delivered to your house, and then the next day you have an email from Amazon. Hey, we'd love to hear your thoughts on product XYZ. Go leave a review. That is a post-purchase flow that Amazon has set up. And there are a couple purposes behind this. The first one is to connect with the customer and make them aware that you know of the sale and all the process behind it, to thank them for their purchase and show that you appreciate them spending their time and money with you, and to incentivize additional purchases, reviews, and social proof. Forgot the word for a second. So what does this mean? When I order a product and I get an immediate thank you email from a business, I really appreciate that. I love hearing that they are thanking me for spending my money with them, especially small businesses, knowing that even though they've pre-programmed it, there's an appreciation for the fact that I chose to spend my dollars with them. And I don't know how many times I've actually had customers reply to my thank you email saying how much they loved it and they're excited to get their products. Their products haven't even left I haven't even packed their orders yet, but They reply to this email saying how excited they are. And so that thank you email gives them a way to feel like they're in a two-way conversation with you. Sorry, I just ate lunch and I'm like all burpy. Um, the second thing is it allows you to try and maximize sales. So I make a purchase and I get this post email and like, hey, noticed you purchased XYZ. Did you check out this other product? We think it would go great with what you bought. Do you want to go ahead and add this to your cart, or do you want to go ahead and purchase this too? And so these email flows can be customized based on what they're buying to try and incentivize them to purchase an additional product as an add-on, which increases your revenue. The third thing is it allows you to solicit reviews. So as a product-based business, one of the hardest jobs is getting customer reviews. Everyone, you go on Amazon and there are hundreds and thousands of products, and which ones do you migrate towards? The ones with like 4.5 and 5-star reviews, right? The ones that have 12,000 reviews versus 121 reviews, because that is social proof that this is a good product. It's being proven by other people that this product is worth the money and it's worth taking a risk on. But for us, I don't know about you, but for us, the longest time, I could not get people to leave a review of my products. They weren't. How often have you bought something and you've never gone back to the website to leave a review, especially if it was a good experience, because you had no need to, or you forgot? I'm going to hunt down your website, find the product, and then go leave a review? Like, no, that's not how it works. We're too busy. There's too much going on. Our brains are trying to consume as few calories as possible, and that requires way too many calories to do for every single thing we buy online. So what this post-purchase flow does is you can set it up so a few days or a week after they get their product, send an email, hey, I hope you're really enjoying the hand lotion you bought. We would love it if you would go and leave a review on our product here and let others know. Some people incentivize these. They say if you leave a review, you'll get a gift card or something. Other people just say, hey, if you really loved it, we'd really appreciate it if you go leave a review. And you hear this everywhere, right? Podcasters are asking you to go leave reviews on Apple Podcast, anyway. Amazon is sending you emails asking you to review products you've bought because that social proof is huge. And so this post email flow allows you to automate asking your customers to leave a review on your products, which brings in that social proof, which gets more people willing to spend their money with you. And how do you set this up? In your email client, your email provider, there is a way to set up what are called automations. And you would set up an automation. You would go in and say, once a person has completed a purchase or completed an order, you would say, first email goes out right away, and it says, thank you for shopping with me. And then you can say, then wait 5 days, 10 days, whatever, and then send an email saying, hey, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave us a review or some feedback. And you set that up so that it's connected to your shop, and every time someone buys, they get these emails. You don't have to do anything else once you get it set up. These email flows will go out on a regular basis until you stop them. And this is great because it helps build that nurture, that connection, engaging in that relationship, but it's a one and done for you. You're not spending a ton of time going in and hand emailing everyone. Now this gets to be a little more challenging if you're on Etsy, which is why I have talked about getting either getting off Etsy or getting as many people onto your email list from Etsy as possible, because you can't just add Etsy customers to your mailing list. I love to actually have a link to register for my mailing list in my Etsy product descriptions, encouraging them to sign up. We talked about lead magnets. I also have an image in each of my product descriptions that says, hey, check out my mailing list code below, join my email list and get a 10% coupon code. Because I don't own my customer list on Etsy. I can't do anything with them. I cannot take them off Etsy and email them, market to them, tell them to go to my Instagram or Facebook page, none of that. But if you have an image there that says, hey, sign up for my newsletter, get a 10% discount code, and they willingly go click on that, you now have their contact information. You are now building a relationship off of Etsy with them, which is great because if you decide to start selling on a platform other than Etsy or emphasizing more, you don't have to start from scratch rebuilding that customer list. So, that was a lot. That was a lot of talking. I'm a little winded now. So, what are the 3 steps to really leverage your email marketing? So, the first step is a lead magnet. What can you offer your customers that makes them want to join your email list? What can you offer to them so that they want to continue hearing from you? Tips on how to use products, um, you know, health matters that tie into the product you're selling, or recipes that use what you're selling, a how-to guide on using products, or how-to guide on improving their health, things that are tangentially related to what you do, or a coupon code are all great ideas. And if you need help coming up with a lead magnet idea, honestly, you can go onto Pinterest and half the pins out there are lead magnets if you look at them, where it's like 5 easy ways to declutter your house. That's a lead magnet. And the second way is consistent content. Set up an actual schedule to send emails out and follow it. And if you set it, say, the third Thursday of every month, there's going to be an email. Get that on your calendar and start brainstorming all the different things you already have written or taped or prepared that you can turn into an email. Because chances are they didn't see it on social media anyway. Pull together a collection of articles you've read, or more how-tos, or recipes, or behind the scenes, or hey, check out what we're doing in the shop this week, or the newest flavors or the newest scents. And then finally, learn how to set up a post-purchase flow, because this really helps to continue to nurture that relationship past the purchase, continually engage them, bring them back in, and get that social proof that you need, and make them feel like you actually heard and appreciate and are grateful for their purchase. It continues to nurture that relationship and enables them to want to continue to engage and hear from you. It could be that they do the purchase, it's a one and done, but by doing this post-purchase flow and saying thank you and asking for the review, they are re-engaging with you and willing to hear from you again and again as you go through this nurture phase, content creation, and selling.